Looking to go that much further here at Masters Toronto. Prove what an ace is wrong as we get started into split. Pistol round starting, and a heavy group up here from PRX.
Immediately Bang pushed off the angle. This is going to be a key focal area to pay attention to B main, because if PRX get it for free, they can do B pops, and they will find it very difficult, Sentinels, to stop that from happening.
It's an early nade through B main, not taking control of it though, just holding it lightly, and now setting their eyes over towards mid. Posturing for now, slowly getting down to that minute mark, and this is what I was talking about earlier, the tempering that you see. It's not the PRX of old.
But also making sure that Sentinels didn't do a re-clear of B main. So no breach util, no sky util, and now the pressure's on Bang.
Walking up and exploding out onto the site. Bang is under that tremendous pressure, but his util out on either side as well. A bit of a handshake of it, and supplementing, assisting. Second trying to come from the side here. Sentinels attempting to float all the way back in. Left down into the 2v2.
John without any flashes to work with.
Spike planted.
Dog re-clearing. Sentinels very aware of the fact that PRX is going to try to get aggressive into areas like that spawn push.
Something just trying to go for the reposition, just missed the timing onto it, but bullets are flying forward, smoke propped up. Viper Orb blooms, blossoms, time is ticking, and you can feel it, there's tension in the air. First round is everything. It's how you set the pace. Something not accounted for, barely gets it under control. The damage done to John Q team, and he's managed it still to buy. Saves the day.
And already getting a glimpse of how PRX want to play these moments. Choosing to try to take that timing with the Viper Orb up in B heaven, pushing forward, looking for it. Everything went wrong at the very start. Felt like Sentinels had got that. Big flash, couple of players extremely lost. And yet they win a crucial clutch scenario. John scrabbling for a gun on the floor and Forsaken out of his seat already. Do feel like he's been blossoming into a leadership figure for PRX in a way that I'm not sure you could have quite said he was a couple of years ago. Has matured into something that PRX desperately needed.
Speaking of something, he's already taken the first blood here in this round. Obviously, no weaponry to work with for Sentinels. Bit of a gamble stack from them over towards A, just hoping that PRX might work their way over towards that side of the map, and seeing glimpses of it. But slow and steady is how they want to go. PRX will be hoping to sniff out any signs of life.
And just leading with something, looking for the contact. Usually, if there is going to be a defensive stack, there's going to be a crossfire setup or somebody looking to take contact.
It is all the way through main. Still, that fault line's going to be a big connection. Oh, we're getting hot and heavy. Okay, up close and personal. Forsaken, it's going to be dropped and it calls for the pivot. Instant rotation now, straight through mid, and there's danger here. They don't know if there's player lurking, but still going to be leading the charge. That's for something, I should say. Putting his body on the line to make sure that they can get that easy access over towards B.
Bang with a classic. Doesn't choose to take the fight early. Waits for reinforcements.
Just trying to take that peek as well when he hears that timing. There's a lot of damage done. Sentinels could still be a problem with these pistols in hand. Pesky, unable to really root them out, but control of the site and the plant down for PRX is a good spot to be in.
Pretty fast flank here going on as well through B main. John took a deep timing down mid.
This whole line, good connection. Satchel backwards, Jing trying to play for a bit of safety here. John has been spotted. Found out initially here, damage being done over tunnel water, tore off, but in the end, a swift dismissal from PRX. Looked a little bit scary.
A decent amount of damage done as well. They've got a rifle and a bulldog that they're saving into the next round here, PRX, and they'll still have some other weaponry to be able to supplement this. You know, something only going for a Marshall in that round, so he's still going to have some. Blinding. But overall, this is where things really start to heat up. Sentinels are going to have a good game plan to stop these pops.
There.
Finally getting into the gun round here. Weapons online here for Sentinels, and fast as they goes this time. Yeah, that judge is not going to be getting the value. We've seen Jing just wrecking havoc on prior opponents.
Really smart from Zekken though as well. He gets himself deep inside there and just starts spamming because he knows what's coming towards him.
Familiar play for them. Still mid is going to be the goal, and okay, quick little lurk up there. Quickly put down and trade inside there from the right.
I think that favors the defenders, actually, because you've taken down that A-ramp lurk player.
Yeah, and SEN are out in the open right now. John with the reposition quickly. Zekken might just be tucked to the side, and indeed, that is a bit of a punish. Something he sent into that TP. He's going to be taking out Pat-Man. Half of the clearance, it's still managed to just wrangle the rifle in time. Snaps it straight to Zekken's head. This is a 2v3 scenario, but still very much winnable. Just depends if they can take out John. He's nearsighted, blinded, a bit of spam as well. Trepidatious trying to be assisted with that util as well from afar. Doesn't help him out though just yet. 2v2 now for PRX. Getting that plant down. No fast play, I should say, from Sentinels here. Making sure to slow it down for now. Grouping up. Still, it's Pat-Men inserted into the smoke. He wants to try and dominate this angle here. How does it get cleared? Traded into the 1v1. Bang versus Forsaken. Time is ticking on the spike. Making footsteps, making noise. Util as well. Expended, that is a bit of a catch. Smoke in the back pocket. Going to be covering, obfuscating, forces the issue from Forsaken, but he's biding his time and steps forward for the challenge.
Small misread there from Bang. He thought with Forsaken not really taking any level of challenge on him as he went through into sight, that probably Forsaken was going for a wrap around the pillar. Instead, hadn't quite factored in that he'd hit Forsaken with the paranoia, and Forsaken was just having to tuck. Both excellent players, but it's Forsaken who comes out on top. And that's PRX winning the bonus as well. SEN are going to pull out stingers here to try to get a little bit of equalizing factor. Can they swarm? Can they find the reads early? Well, Zekken instantly detected. Yeah. He's always got a gate crash to try to bail out of there. But the game plan for SEN this round is going to be to try to gamble, to try to find...
And a lot of half armor for something to just pluck them out of the picture.
Yeah, that's tough.
Flash forwards, it's going to be that refight attempted with the stingers still. Just a 1-for-1. John backs himself away.
Not giving away his position. But also nobody from PRX looking to explore that either. They're going towards Bang and just missed the timing.
Unfortunate. Instant reposition. He's okay, just going to be running around here. And Divide just making sure to get containment going on in mid.
These are the kind of rounds, though, where you've got to give credit to PRX for baiting the play out of Sentinels rather than doing something quick and early themselves. I think in previous tournaments where we've watched PRX, these are sometimes the rounds that are just gutting to watch because you know they need to play with discipline on the anti-eco, and yet they rush things. Now you're seeing patience.
Yeah, Bang can feel it coming now. Turning up the heat onto the side, doesn't really stand a chance there. Too many angles to watch for. Round to the corner, stinger in hand.
Flawless,
it is.
Essentially.
Yeah, only one player going down here for PRX, but all that momentum behind them now.
And this is the kind of start that they would desperately be looking for. Something's going to drop the Outlaw in this round. They've got an opportunity to combo some nasty ultimates together. This is the round to invest in too, because if SEN lose this, they're going to get knocked down onto an eco. And in fact, Kaplan's already called a timeout. I do like this level of a gamble, though. Narrate has his ultimate to work with, and so Sentinels are looking to stack 3 players over towards the B side and play A, essentially for full retake with that Breach ultimate.
See how well it works out, okay. Plan was called for. Aggro for Zekken. He set up nice and early with the fault line.
Yeah, and look, fault line, paranoia, aftershock flashes.
Second wave.
There's so much stuff that can support Zekken here from Bang and from Narrate.
TP to get out as well. He's not going to be shy. Breaking the util.
But that tells you that Jing is here with his showstopper just around the corner. Zekken, though, is a difficult target with that teleport.
And here it is, Dimensional Drift now. Right as the gate crash was really about to fade, yeah, so Zekken forced to try and take this one out. A lot of players being spotted out here with a Nightfall now. Scatters away, the rocket into the back. To no avail, something though! My God, he's doing them dirty, Zekken. Crouched down, pounds on the chance to trade that one out, but it's an instant pivot again, PRX. Look at moves across the map.
Look at this gorgeous lurk from Davai. Got himself all the way into A, pulled every rotate over towards B. With double ultimates, they found themselves in a 4v4 where they have the A site completely for free, and Narrate is dead, so no Breach ult to be able to go for the retake. Though Zekken has earned his Dimensional Drift, which will allow them to scout out defensive positions. But I mean, look how many threats are around the map. You've got Jing in a deep spot, Davai in a deep spot. These are all things that Sentinels need to deal with before they can even get close.
Danger lurking around every corner. Smoke in your face. Viper Molly lay down on top of it.
I'll handle this.
Sending the ult flying forwards though. Zekken, as you mentioned, he wants to scout out these positions, but how do you root these players out? They're in every conceivable spot. That's a good start. Devi's going to be dropped. Sees rebounding and flash into the face of Patman, but still he wants to hold his ground in through the back of the site. Support, reinforcements is going to be arriving finally, just in time. Patman is going to be falling in through it, but Forsaken is already there to just fill in the gaps of the play, and his hold is just rock solid. It's watertight at the end of the day. This is PRX. They're feeling themselves at this point. It's 5-0. None of the signature fast plays that we've really seen from them. It's cautious all the way throughout, but with no mistakes being made. It's
an absolutely immaculate round. I mean, finding the rate when he's setting up for the breach ultimate, catching it, and then also lurking Devi into A is just masterful. The call there to cancel that presumably comes from Devi on the opposite side of the map. Guys, don't commit, don't commit. If it looks difficult, if it looks like they've got a stack, let's go back into A. Absolutely gorgeous play.
And the slow play continues. Something tremendous value that he's been getting out of this Outlaw. Attack side op has been a bit hit or miss over the course of this tournament, but when he knows he's up against a half armor, a lot of confidence. Sentinel's taking a gamble stack.
And this is where we were giving credit to PRX before. They were leading with Something's Outlaw and never walking into the stack.
Oh, this is going to be explosive! Yep. Swinging. They're just trying to chop these players down to the knees. Vulnerable dump. What is that? Every single player does that! I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before.
Another moment of hesitation. And perhaps Sentinels would have won just based on time. Stuck inside the snake bite, ticking down, vulnerable.
And it's Devi snaps that final kill. If he got that a second later, Sentinels end up winning the round.
A little bit more touch and go, but PRX still in control. And this is another round to look to try to invest ultimates.
Weaponry in the hands of these Sentinels players though. This time they want to try and get that hold over towards A heaven. Heavy stack with the bodies, a lot of util. Going to be expended here by PRX. They want to make sure that they gain control of ramp. The tap, seeing if they can bait out a response. Now giving up that space as well, going walkabouts, re-exploring in through mid, just in case. Again, they weren't playing a slow spread default. They do have to re-clear these areas. A lot of unknowns. In through B main, in through mid. Jing multitasking.
SEN looking to re-clear over towards A ramp. And Forsaken's heard that. He heard the dog, realized that they've got bad information. They think that nobody from PRX is over towards A, so he's calling for the rest of the team to regroup on him. And they're leaving Something as a lurk, which was so crucial in their win over G2 on Lotus.
They've waited so much time out. I mean, the Gatecrash is going to be fading soon enough. Zekken, it's the last one available to him. He's tucked into the corner for now, though, in through hell.
The Zekas are massive.
Pointing the way. Just wrangles barely. Jing gets onto it anyway. Good trade all the way through, and now sight needs to be taken. The Raid's holding it, primed. Rolling Thunder is going to be getting ready to go as soon as they hear this one. Patman going for it. That's a flash into the corner, and everybody going to be scattered up into the air. PRX, how the hell do you hold on to this one? Stumped up and taken out. Bang, he's already regained a bit of that control, and ground Patman swinging from the side, and time is running short. PRX got to get a bit of a move on here. They need to claim these kills, but it's all Sentinels. Finally putting a round on the board.
Those Seekers from John QT could not have been better timed. 3 of them all flying towards the A side, giving away exactly where Forsaken had called the team to regroup. And finally we get to see Narrate's ultimate with the value. With time running short and good information about where they were going to pop, they get that Sky Flash at the same time as the Breach ult, and they're there for the fast flood before the spike can even go down. But it's going to be a long road back to an even half, if that's even possible for Sentinels.
Ult's going to make it a bit more easier, though.
PRX grouped up outside A, looking to try to dodge the Sky Flash. John used that first one. No information, now uses the Trailblazer. Can they dodge that? Are they looking to just break it with a couple?
That's a fake TP. Obfuscating the intent a little bit, and this Viper's Pit is causing problems. PRX, slow beginnings, they have often been defaulting into trying to take a bit of mid-control at the minute mark.
Yeah, and I think Sentinel's defensive setup, they'll be very happy about this one. Still full breach utility, Bang with a paranoia. They've got tools to be able to defend this.
Bang's gonna have to be that playmaker. A lot of util, Nightfall coming out, sticks himself into the back of the site. He's gonna look to try and pre-aim potentially a TP into the back. There's a Haunt to deal with, and a TP back as well alongside that flank. But the Raid not anticipating it. Forsaken, he just scatters himself into the back. There's an ult from him on top of the Nightfall, cuts away the sound cues. They were not expecting him to stab them in that direction. Now again, PRX asserting themselves fully locked down and rooted in spot onto this site. It's going to be a very difficult task for Sentinels to try and retake.
They need to clear hell first.
All the way forwards here, the clone is going to be taking notice! What is that?
I didn't even see them. I don't know how Jing did.
Snaps 180 and 2 players deleted.
That's an immaculate round again from PRX. I said that Sentinels had the right players in the right position to stop that. But Jing flies to new box, something flies into the back of the site, and Forsaken ults deep into spawn, making use of the fact that they had that Fade ultimate that takes away all of the sound cues. How has he got the read whilst flashed up that there's 2 players right behind him? Crazy round from Jing. Just beautifully executed. Players flying into all different areas. Jing, something, Forsaken. Great start for PRX on their map pick and exactly how they would have visualized it going.
Looking to rewrite the history books as well from that last fated matchup. This time around, it's PRX who want to be gone even deeper into the tournament here. Deep Flash connects to almost absolutely everyone here, just trying to step up towards it. But again, Sentinels don't really have the weapons to be fighting too hard. It's been slow going from PRX. They've never been overcommitting so far. It's always just been dipping your feet in the pool almost, just seeing what the temperature's like every single time. Slow walking up. Not using too much util now, all grouped up, really testing their own fundamentals and trusting in them that that's going to carry them through. Raw aim. There for Jing, maybe if a better weapon was in the hands of the Ray, he could have handled it still. Zekin's there, there's walls on walls, obfuscating a lot of the fight. It's yet to be taking place, but now, moving around, wrapping around, you can see that dimensional drift. It's ripped off. Something wants to clear most of the site out. A bit of peace of mind here for PRX, so the plant going down on top of it.
I think it's really important that PRX don't put their players in one-and-done positions now. They need to be playing off each other.
Zekin's so eager to take that fight.
Yeah, this is maybe a bit over-eager, but he's played the situation. He's played it perfectly.
It's impeccable. There was no cue for John to play off. He had no idea that it was going to be that deep onto the line. Wrapping around here, Bang.
He made the long pilgrimage through mid, through sewer, and he's rewarded with a gun.
Needs a few more. Hold on. Something's going to be dropped. There's another one on the table. Maybe there's a chance. Second. Tippy-tappy, happy feet. Leaves it just out of the eye. At the blink of an eye. Bang!
That's going to get a huge reaction from Alex. You can't be losing a round like that.
Oh!
MasterCard Thrifty from Sentinels, but one that they were pretty much gifted with there. Looked like a scramble from PRX. I think they thought they'd already won the round. You know, once Forsaken is in heaven and he's taken down 2, it's a 4v2. Where PRX have guns and Sentinels have nothing. Fair enough. This flank from Bang, unexpected, but the challenge from something and then Pac-Man out in the open.
What are you doing?
Exactly what Sentinels needed to try to get this half back to somewhat even.
There it is. Looking so put together for a moment, but falls apart in the end. PRX looking to put it back together once more. Players got to be ready that. And okay, Zekin was dealt with. Getting cheeky.
Every round, it feels like PRX are bunched up as 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So Sen, they know that they can take space on the opposite side.
Oh, ult's expended now with a showstopper into the hands of Jing and just snapped it to the side. Catches John in time. Satchel forwards. Regaining site control for them. It's not going to be a heaven plant. They've lost control of that entirely. It's Sentinels that are in a decent spot to try and play this retake, despite the player disadvantage.
Bang's in a decent position for a paranoia as well, but he's choosing to challenge elbow early.
Atlas rock into the corner. It's all on this kill here. Something claims it. Cells is gone. Something going okay. Just swinging around to the side there. Hands himself to the raids. Leaves it into this spot. Good flash round towards it, but it did blind up Bang in the process. So PRX continue to accrue and add rounds to the tally.
A2, extremely powerful half. And I think a lot of these early rounds, it feels like Sentinels are expecting PRX to be starting in a bit more of a defaulting spot, but they're always running into 3 or 4 players if they try to early fight. You know, when Zekken takes a challenge there, maybe you could get out if there was only 1 or 2 PRX players starting towards A, but look at it again.
Always grouped up. 5
of them towards A ramp. Makes it tough to stop. This train's got massive momentum, but Zekken, he takes down the tip of it. Forsaken dealt with, no smokes now.
Second wave of util as well. Flash with no connection, a bit of spam though. Bullets exchanged. Through top ramp. Both teams going to be conceding that space up, honestly, drawing new battle lines.
And if indeed PRX make the call to try to go up through B heaven here, they're going to be running into a Bucky. Zellsis, with money in the bank actually, still 2K, has opted into the Bucky this round.
Money's a bit skew-whiff all over the place here for Sentinels, but he might be able to do work with it. All depends on the discipline, and he just bides his time, holds it down, second shot. Pellets into the wall, saves the life of Jing. He's able to get that trade off and online. Fault line, even better. It's going to be slowing this one down, allowing Sen to try and get some bodies into the mix. Can they try and help them out? Bang, he's just drifting in and out, side to side. Still one player tucked towards the corner, trying to take that swing to Vi. Just drops them all.
A 2v2 though, and Guardian retrieved for Narrate. Very winnable, especially with Zekken's information, but Narrate's got to make sure he doesn't take a 1v2.
Here it is, Dimensional Drift spots them out. It's 2 players alerted to the presence, and it's not planted for them. PRX know that they have to refight for this space, all the way forwards again, out wide. Narrate was high up onto the perch. Defensive angle and a swing through. Patman! The difference maker!
He's a monster in the clutch, isn't he? 1v3 against G2 was part of the biggest reasons that PRX are where they are right now. And here, a 1v2 against G2's America's rivals deletes Narrate and Zekken. Mini said it, he's got the talent, he just needs the belief. And the more clutches he gets, the more belief he's gonna have.
Yeah, Alex just can't quite believe that this is his life, but here it is, the final round of this first half. No switch-ups. PRX, but it broke. I try to fix it.
They still have this combo, Fatal
Trying to go
with the
it.
Omenal.
Bang, has the exit, at least with the TP. Horn's going to be spawning him double TP. They're hot on his heels. Satchel to just try and catch him round to the side. Now this is Sen getting into these anchor positions. Heal online, Nightfall's going to be connecting though, and that's going to be cutting away the sound cues. This is fast, hot, and heavy. It's what we're used to here with PRX, but they insert a bit of a pause. Looking for the response, and now they're going to see it. Signs of life out, and it's whiffy from Bang. The dog is missing, and right from behind, it's Orching. Lighten up the feed. Oh, 3 kills. 1 left to find. Spike going to be retrieved. Forsaken can get access to that one, but in a 1v3, Zekken is going to have to pull off a miracle.
The Spike is kind of committed.
Forsaken committed alongside it. Matters not with aim like that. 10-2 for the first half of this matchup. Now I was expecting explosive, I was expecting pace, but honestly, it was a slow crawl from PRX. They were playing their own game.
I was also expecting a bit more competition coming out here in this first half. Zen looking slow to begin in a map where I think they should have been able to set up some nice retake scenarios. PRX are just too sharp. Look at Jing here.
Absolutely unreal form from PRX, and they're looking to try and take away this map nice and early. We're going to be finding out the conclusion of it on the other side.
It's PRX. We've seen the game against Liquid. We all know what happened there, and what nearly ended up losing their entire tournament run. I mean, they were, you know, an overtime away from not even being here. But generally speaking, this should be absolute dominance.
It's definitely going to be at the back of the PRX players' heads, I think, thinking about making sure they don't lose grip of opportunities, especially when they put themselves in good spots like this. But Sentinels trying to turn that around entirely here with a pistol round win. Easy access to the A site, there's no resistance. Full retake going to be played here by PRX, but they have given up A heaven. Screens control, a lot of it. They're going to have to start to re-clear it now. We can see moves being made. Second holding the flash, a refight is going to be called for, and there it is. Paranoia forwards. Did not catch on to something though. He was the only player that could stand up to that. And indeed he does, wins it out. Celsius Just trying to bide his time as well, wrapping from behind.
Oh my God.
He's that backup policy. PRX are not slowing down. They're not going to give you a moment to breathe. They've swarmed the site. Paramount with the defuse already, and they're just trying to hunt down his last remaining players. Bodyguards.
Oh, you won't find a better round than that from something. That is sick. He's playing anti-flash in heaven, completely shuts down Sentinel's refight, and then he rips a teleport, a gate crash into backside to follow up on the paranoia. Look at that.
That's beautiful.
That is gorgeous. Team play, coordination, and all set up so fast. Yeah, that's a masterclass. That is brilliant. And SEN are going to pull out those America's Stingers to see if they can turn this around, but my God, the damage has been done already, surely.
It has. It's the last resort at this point. Easily dealing with Second. Chopping him down on the knees with a Guardian in hand. Full group up from Sentinels. They're looking to really just try and take this one with bodies and by storm, but again, something is holding it down. Jing's by his side. Gonna be calling for a refight of their own. Flash forwards, no connection. Nobody blinded, but okay, Defy! Trying to turn him into mincemeat with that Judge in hand. There's a 2v3. PRX can't get too ahead of themselves, but so much damage done. Won't take much to bring down Zelsis in the rate.
An incredible confidence from something. Throws down the teleport into Mail, and then he's getting around all the way behind.
You can see him just through the X-ray. Paranoia's good. Blind's going to be slowing down the approach once more. Smoke in their faces. They're just trying to push them into something.
They're
just
trapped.
in case they are. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. You're going to try and fight your way out, but against Forsaken, good luck.
That force buy of the Stingers may well be the last hurrah for Sentinels here on Split. Last time they played against each other, 13-5 was the scoreline for PRX on Split. I think this looks even more dominant today. Now, having said that, Sentinels did end up winning that match 3-1. In fact, final match was Sunset, which is where we're going next, but it's going to have to be a huge turnaround for this series not to just look massively one-sided. Stingers again.
Has to be. PRX up to 12 now. A lot of damage done. Jing decayed down, going to be regenning all the way back up, at least partially. And this is a spread approach from Sentinels. We're actually exploring other areas of the map, not just A main for once. It's mainly PRX though that we're doing that on our own attack side. Still, it's nice to see that the rest of Split does exist.
Using double initiator utility to try to get up mid, put pressure on Devi. But these players with light armor, most of them. Oh no, most full armor, but still, they will go down like mulch.
On multiple fronts. Sentinels, they run over them B main, they run over them Heaven as well. That's going to unlock the site for their taking. Heal online as well, make sure to shore up the weaknesses, and PRX are going to try and play this one now. Patman and Jing side by side in a 2v4.
First time it feels
going for it.
Yeah, it's first time it feels like we've had PRX in a spot where they aren't ready to go for that flood defend. They aren't up players. SEN completely in their proper spots for the post plan. But also not really that much of an opportunity to upgrade to better weapons. There's still 3 on Sentinels that are running the Stinger and bang with a Guardian. Can they get guns on the retreat?
Jing was hoping, I think, to maybe get an exit or two. Don't think you're going to want to keep the Judge.
I mean, you don't necessarily need the exit kills here. Look, SEN are still saving 0 proper rifles.
Yeah.
And there's also 9 opportunities for PRX to close this out. Something tapping away on the keyboard. I mean, the spirits are so high for PRX.
And they can feel it. It's about as good as a beginning as you could hope for. 12-3. We're all just wondering at this point, what's going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back? Re-clearance there with a fault line, trying to take a bit of B main control. Sentinels, they earn it, but they back themselves away.
It's a flurry of utility on both sides towards B main, but it's PaperX who are more bold.
Orbs drop, Jing! He's just going walkabouts, hunting for a kill, but he's handed a freebie. Straight over here to Sentinels. Vi trying to reclear some of that space and regain that gun. Does so successfully.
Poison's on.
This control, though, that Forsaken's got in B main is really important.
Yeah. He's going to be painting out a pretty picture now to PaperX, and look at Devi, his position. He's moving over towards A to reinforce it. Just from that B main control, they've got the read that this is going to be ending over towards A. Up through heaven, flash, no connection, dodge for now! Devi! He's got the horseshoe out, don't know where it is, not going to ask for the location, but he's claimed 2 anyway. In a 4v3, something is close, and no one is watching! Pure domination from PaperX!
Started playing more slowly, threw them off their game, and absolutely demolished Sentinels 13-3. What have PaperX got cooking here?
We'll see if SEN have any bite back. Footsteps going to be heard, presence noted. Orb going to be vacuumed up there. Jing as well just sends out that boom bot. And now steadily walking their way out. Re-exploration over towards A. Nothing crazy.
But they've hit the perfect timing just as both initiators, John and Narrate, have gone off of A to go and re-explore mid. Now, defensive re-clearing. Sentinels were not doing very much of that on split, so I like the idea of them getting active. And they might have found the timing to just get back into A in time.
3 players ready to receive. The slow orb kind of spells it all out. 50 seconds on the mark, plenty of time to PaperX to work with now, and they're full steam ahead.
Again, those Sentinels allowing them to get the plant. 10 out of 12 rounds PaperX were able to plant on split.
Planted.
Devi's got an abundance of util here. That's a nightmare scenario to be facing. All in through the back, cuts out that avenue, especially against the pistols. How the hell do you break this in time?
At least they didn't send the retake utility before meeting the wall.
There it is. Smoke to replace it though. Gap into the wall, now you're seeing it. Going to be used pound for pound. It's another slow orb, slowing them all down. Retaking control, Zelsis might be a pivotal player. Swinging around to the side here to seize everything being used up towards the top. Pac-Man going to be gone second! He's lights out! 2 players immediately fall! And everyone's gone from PaperX. Players out of their seats, Zelsis.
There's the game plan, working to perfection. Sentinels took a long time to set up that retake. Everything had to be perfect. Zelsis had to be ready for the backstab. They needed to break that Sage wall. Everybody had to get in the right spot to maximize value from the fault line, from the paranoia, from all of the pieces of utility that were necessary. But once they pulled the trigger, they completely collapsed onto PaperX from every angle. And that's where you might actually argue that the Sage Wall could have hurt PaperX, because in those kind of spots, sometimes PaperX are going to want to try to catch Sentinels as they go for the retake.
Deep smoke, judge into the hands of Zelsis. He's about to farm! Put him into the blender. Side by side though, Bang having a reload. He couldn't quite back him up in time, so they have handed over a gun still. Close quarters is what it's going to be favoring, and a slight swing out to Vi. Going to be dropped. And about as clean as you can get.
Yeah, very clean round. Sentinels giving a lot of respect to PaperX though, making sure that they fully buy. You know, nobody just coming in there with a pistol looking to buy up a better gun for the bonus round. So they are going to be working with some lighter weaponry here for the bonus.
One enemy remaining.
But overall, it's a much better start here on Sunset, on Sentinel's map pick, than what we were looking at on Split, where PaperX just dominated right from the beginning.
Move.
Jing trying to pull a little bit of attention by the look of things towards B main. And then instantly going for the group up on A. Now this one way is dangerous. You've often got to burn this Overdrone to get past it, through it. You're expecting Bang to be holding it.
You do have the Viper wall though. So
even then,
still going to be used.
You can step in front of this Viper wall. You can't perfectly rely on it.
Tepid, tiptoeing up to the mark, just spotting the shoulder, Bang.
Baiting for Narrate.
Bit of damage, yeah. There's that bait and switch setup. We'll see if there's util going to be used to clear the corner. Still Forsaken wants to send it forwards here. TP of his own. Trip. Gone. Taken out, but no control towards elbow, and Bang finally reveals his hand once more from that angle. Paranoia swings forward, sidestepping. It's John QT, still something there to receive. Open arms with the rifle in the hand, the rate only just accounted for, and he has picked up Patman, and that means main control is theirs. PRX, they commit to the plant.
It's a weird situation. The retakers are going to find it difficult to come back through A-Link because Devi's put his wall down there, and Devi kind of solo fighting towards Spawn. PRX know they need to make a play. The weaponry's bad as well from SEN, and they are slow, aiming to be meticulous.
Trying to take the first fight. Second, oh my goodness, barely there. Stinger in hand, something. Able to hound power over the shoulder, but not anticipating Bang. Quick collection with the 2, and a quick snap to the side from the rate. An injection of energy for Sentinels here.
As dominant as Split began for PRX, it feels like the same the other way around here for Sentinels. They are really in control of what's happening. Funneling PRX into these A-site hits, and then being really cautious as they group up for retakes. Any kind of push out is getting controlled, and already Alex is hitting that big red button. Tactical timeout being called after only 3 rounds here. And there are so many other things that PRX could be doing. They don't have to be ending every round over towards A. And even if they are ending rounds towards A, maybe they need to get coordinated with some plays. You know, bait out Sentinels to go and take some position and then refight them as they're setting up. You think about it, there's got to be a time where Bang is holding Paranoia and John's holding Stun where you might be able to catch them. But it's a narrow window. Alternatively, you know, you don't have to opt into the A post-plant fight.
Sure.
That's where Sentinels want to take you.
Go in a different direction. Or as you said, trying to find that gap in the timing where retake util is primed in the hands of the Sentinels players, and it's not the guns being played. PRX are good at that. They love to increase the tempo.
But today it has been slower.
It has been slow, yeah.
And honestly, even that post-plant aggression has not been as explosive as we've seen from PRX in some of their other games. I think they really on Split were trying to play counter to their normal style to throw Sentinels off. This round they're coming in with only 2 Stingers.
Yeah.
So really this tac timeout is going to be based on the next round, for round 5.
Based on the next round and used to settle the nerves perhaps a little bit.
Yeah. Jing, if he takes Orb here, if he gets a kill or dies, he's going to have Showstopper back for that rifle round. You're also looking towards something who'll have the Sova ult online. So big tools for them to be able to work with next time around. But once more, a little bit of B main and back into A. It's the same game plan in all 4 of these rounds.
A high-low setup to receive. Drone's there. Stun going to be used. Both stuns, in fact, overlaid. Aftershock into the corner. Everybody gets out in time. No damage onto the PRX boys. But a one-way quickly replaced. So good luck trying to get past that when you don't have a drone anymore.
Exactly. As soon as you burn the drone, that's one of the primary ways, arguably the only way that PRX can safely take a main. So even though that util battle feels like it favored PRX, in reality, I don't think it did.
So up through mid they go. Risky, haphazard, but here we go. It's a one-way setup. Jing! Beautiful movement! Still going to be isolated and taken out, but a glide into the slow. Zekken not to be denied his own. Into a 2v3 here. Spike's dropped down, but it is smoked off, so Forsaken can reclaim it. Safely for now. 24 seconds left. Plenty of time to get the plant down.
And look how passively Sentinels are. They're not going to cross this line until they're sure that the plant is down. They're never going to give an opportunity for Patman to walk up and get a free kill. Very disciplined from Sen. It's going to be tough for Forsaken to pick them apart.
But a TP, almost unexpected. The stun's going to be clearing them out, though. B-hop into safety. Checks himself away. Smoke going to be blossoming now. Zekken. Just a bit of raw spam there into the smoke. It's Patman versus the world in a 1v3. You can hear it jumping around. Zekken willing to put his life on the line. Slightest a chance with the lineup, but all secured in the end here by Sen.
Really disciplined. I think that's the first word you've got to go towards when you're giving credit to Sentinels and how they're playing this. They are really far away, never taking a risk once it comes to a retake scenario. in the mid-round, look, Zeken's happy to challenge, happy to fight. And they're looking for those defensive re-clears, but once their player advantage up and the spike's committed, it's all about playing together. Now this is the round where Alex took the timeout to try to get PRX back onto the right track, see if they could get the train going again. Jing and Something's ultimates have got to be what you're looking towards. And normally, this B main noise is a fake. Every round, they've been putting a bit of noise B main, throw down the boombot, and then they group up A. It's not a fake this time.
See if that conditioning sticks. Right now, there's plenty of bodies, and Sentinel's reinforcing, gathering. Rocket finds its mark and more. Jing can't be stopped all the way through, and he wants a little bit more. 3 on the board for him. And there's 2 left alive. He's going to go hunting. Paranoid. Blind as anything. 1 left to stand. The crowd wants it. You can feel it. A rumble on the stage.
And Bang does not want to give it to him. He's hiding towards Pillar. 4 and 1. Still plenty of money. He definitely could go for it. He should go for it to try to limit the economy of PRX.
Bang drifting in. I know where he is now, closing the door straight on him.
And Jing is gonna hunt.
Running him down. Pac-Man to receive. It's a bit whippy. We'll call it intentional. He's just trying to give him the kill.
But I don't think Jing's got the timing.
Yeah, the time's ticking.
Bang's, I think, gonna live this one. Ridiculous. He's somehow managed to escape Jing.
He's hunting, he's
Jing's
trying
going
to get
for
it. He's trying to get it, lad.
He's not got that time.
Joking.
I mean, he ruined the clip anyway, didn't he?
Yeah, that's not getting into 60 seconds.
He's a coward, Bang, a coward. Incredible entry. What a rocket. Perfect, precise, catches Zelsis around the corner. Immediately on top of Zeken, who was also running away in case the showstopper was going towards Market. That's the kind of entry.
What a rocket.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, credit given. But they are not going to have that same tool again.
So a bit of a reset here for round 6. Zeken. Ooh, jiggling out. Shoulder spotted. Sees the bullets. He knows he's getting some sort and form of response. Holding close now.
At this point, I think Sentinels have to read that this is real B main again.
Surely.
Yeah.
Oh. The Hunter's Fury is going to be in that back pocket still, dark. Going into the back, Jing!
He's amazing on the entries.
He's straight in there. Beautiful movement. TP though, reinforcements arriving. Bang is just trying to get into the action and the fray, and from behind Pac-Man just cuts Zelsis to pieces still. Needs to play his life a little bit better here. He's being chopped down, chunked down. Chunk UT scrambling for a chance to reclaim some kills. Any semblance of control over to the round, but he's given up entirely at this point.
So PRX spent those first 4 rounds with a little bit of pressure towards B main and then instantly regrouping A. In this round, Sentinels knew that they were about to pop towards B. They'd thrown a haunt, they got Bang on the deep A line. Bang was controlling all of this space right at the start. And Sentinels started moving the defensive rotations over, but they still weren't ready for it. Zeken's job was to try to control that push, the entry from Jing, and he just couldn't deny it.
It's a critical 1v1.
And again, it's Jing coming out on top. He's been immaculate. This might be a gun going down.
Oh, okay.
Actually, Bang ended up getting that kill, so holds on to the rifle. That's going to be fairly critical, actually, for the Sentinels' economy.
Yeah,
we're still going to have a rifle round.
Exactly.
But this, I mean, Zeken starts shooting while Jing is still moving. And because the first bullet doesn't land, no bullet tag doesn't slow him down. He's in the kind of random spray component by the time he's taking a fair fight. If you miss your first shots, Jing's all over you. Give him an inch, he takes a mile. He's 7 and 4. And his team's only got 2 rounds.
Different look for PRX.
What is this trip?
Yeah, it's interesting,
over towards upper mid? They spammed to try to break the normal trip, but this one's wonky.
It leaves a gap, but it's safe from the random spam. Both of the trips are, in fact, intact, but it does leave a window of opportunity for Pac-Man. If he's slow,
yeah, but it doesn't. He can only lurk on the left side. He can't lurk on the right.
I think as soon as he breaks this, and still from their side, it's Bang! Can't get out in time. He overstayed his welcome.
Here's the gap.
Just the one, and there's a gap. Hold on, creeping straight past. All that noise, pressure
You
being
will
made.
not kill my
Rez,
allies.
save for a rainy day. Jing straight up and down once more. And the raid is hard committed into the fight. Paranoia.
Here comes Patman.
Sweeps, holds into the back. Patman's right there with him. It's an ult that's ended up being cancelled, just faking them out. Trying to make Sentinels think that they're in the walls themselves. Still it's a 2v4. Kills need to be earned at this point. Speed needs to be built up, but it's just not happening. PRX have them surrounded. I'm not even down.
What? I mean, everybody decided to follow Patman into spawn there. A really bizarre round set up by that trip. And you can see why Celsius is going for the trip. It avoids the spam that you would do usually to break that common trip that gets placed in top mid. And it also would dodge a shock dart if something threw one in. But actually it opened an avenue that Sentinels weren't looking at properly. They need to be monitoring that timing. And Patman found the avenue to be able to get behind and win the round. And these slower paced rounds where they're not just sending it A have been working for PRX. So hey, why not change it up?
Fast take now. Fight to be taken. Jing.
There.
Anybody want to offer themselves up to challenge him? Bang's still there. It's just a bit of spam actually meant for that. Actually, deep push in through mid and a big blind.
Yeah, that's a crazy push.
Caught.
Just off rip, Bang walks down tiles.
Yeah.
Catches Patman very early. And that's the main guy that's been doing the lurking for PRX. So now I think SEN are going to be feeling pretty fine about this. They've got Cam watching over towards B main, Trip towards top mid. A small gap in market, but Celsius is going to be happy to cover that. And a high, low, and lower setup. But again, the discipline that I was talking about, there's a fine line between being disciplined and passive. But Sentinels are giving so much space to PRX.
A lot of respect and a lot of trust, I think, in their retakes.
Very heavy trust in the retakes. Now, that did not work on Split. They won 9 out of 10 post plants, PRX.
Gave Jing the plan, he would have a showstopper, but he wants to keep the gun out for now. And taking a fight towards the back net, it's a good stun, does connect, and even out the follow, rolling thunder through and out. Hunter's Fury, dodging, juking, skipping and hopping. Second has access now. Flagpole going to be planted into the site. This defuse is stuck to half.
I mean, something is just looking to save his gun at this point. He's not even trying to win the round. He knows it is unwinnable. That's another perfect retake from SEN. The game plan is crystal clear. PRX know exactly what SEN are looking for, and yet they can't do anything about it.
Can't stop it.
If you try to push into spawn there and catch them as they're trying to retake, you're going into a triple stack facing you. And then if you try to play disciplined post plants, they're just running at you with every piece of utility. PRX at this point need to be saving big pieces of util. You need to be saving, if you can, Showstopper, Paranoia, you know, these things that are going to be able to counteract.
The tools, you say that, and they've just sent it. Letting it rip. Fault line's going to be slowing down Jing to deal with that trip. Broken for now. Into the corner. Close as anything! Second has not been accounted for. He's still overstaying, still tucked to the side. Shorty in hand. Player damage helping. How the hell did he get out of this one? Going for the kills and a wall in his face to evacuate. Even the watchful eye through mid, he knows that that's a possibility. Gaps in the defensive player, Sentinels. Patman could be anywhere, and he's been good at slinking into them. Bang. It's all slow, it's all steady. And PRX, they jump on the chance.
What a contact play through the smoke.
Left wondering as well where Narrate could be, but it's a beautiful play for PRX to get set up into this one. Patman and the off angle. A lot of damage done. Drops Narrate down to 52 health, and even the horn missing. Getting a bit flustered perhaps into the moment. PRX not leaving anything for chance. They're doubled up here. Backside control. Someone with a dart to get their acknowledgement. That's what they were looking for. And Narrate is just left wondering, stewing, wondering how to win this possible chance. But he spotted the barrel, but time is running short. Time is running dry. It's ticking now. Narrate has got to get a move on. But if he makes noise, it won't play into his hands. It won't play into his odds.
What a recovery of that. PRX in the 3v3 make the play that they need to. Wandering out through that smoke, because what was going on here? Not anticipating how close Second was holding. Forsaken anticipating that everybody was going to be playing backside. A cute little wall as well to be able to take down John, but it's this walkout here that you're watching. Something and Divide together through the smoke, and Divide wins a 1v1. PRX are getting themselves back into this game. It's a 1-point lead right now.
Wrangling control back. Trying to make it even.
It's a Trip and a Cam watching for the mid lurk this time. So Zelsis is trying to ensure that there is no opportunity for Patman to go on a wild lurk play. But to some degree, why would he want to do that? He's got the Viper ultimate to work with here. He's still going to go towards mid, though, with the rest of PRX grouping up in B.
Yeah. Late backstab by Patman, perhaps, but PRX are going to be hitting the go button here. Util's going to be used, though. As soon as that nade flies forwards, up and over, orchestrates pretty well that PRX are going for this.
They're a big fan of using high ground angles like this. You haven't heard the wall, so you might not be thinking about it, because it's normally Divine that's going to be looking for these kind of angles.
All grouped up. Bang's holding the paranoia. That's going to be off the contact of Zelsis. He's tucked himself into a forward position.
And if you wait too long, John will have the fault line back up.
Look at the race position as well. They all know this is going to be going towards B. There's a smoke. Paranoia does connect. It's going to go pound for pound, but Jing is straight past it and out. Kill's going to be claimed and collected here for SEN. And the res, yeah, there's no collecting those bodies either. There's the rate. Backstab we were talking about, there was no clearance in sight, and now he's just keeping them collected, corralled into a corner. C's not going to be connecting, but he's got the spike down, and with 15 seconds left, there's nowhere to go at this point.
Very nice defensive utility from Sentinels. They've got the right read now. I think they're really in control of the information game. You know, there was one round where they let Patman completely slip through top mid, but most of the rest of the time, they know where PRX is going. It's just a matter of actually stopping them. And this time, Fault Line denies the first phase of the exec, then Paranoia is great at denying phase 2. And here, Jing just tries to get through anyway, hoping that everyone would be blind. He's just gambling on the fact that everyone is going to be hit by the Paranoia on both sides. This does seem like a good round, though, to go for a bit of fake B and try to catch somebody alone on the A side of the map. You know that Sentinels have been kind of cheating the rotations over to B and leaving kind of one person pushing out. So, a bit of pressure towards mid.
I'm going for it, though. Hot shots taken. Zekin is quick to get the hell out of there and evacuate. And Erased just holding it down. That A-lurk shut down. No more threat of the wall going up. Res in sight, though. Divide might be looking for a play towards this. In fact, the whole team grouping up to take this space. Very important that gets broken, but okay, Satchel forwards. Jing doesn't hard commit. Try and take out Bang. They want to try and deal with his body, and Sentinel's not willing to concede the space. They're still trying to make a go for this with a bit of raw spamming through the box to try and defend it up through mid. It's Forsaken who's the one who's going to be going down.
Divide's ultimate makes sure that this is only a 4v5.
I don't know if they know about this. Must have heard the Satchel, but do they expect Jing to be up on top of the box?
But that Prowler's not going to tell him anything.
And he's going to take that timing and take it well! Jing!
He's amazing!
He's cracked it open! The A side should be theirs, but there's still 2 players left unaccounted out towards the back of the side, and PRX getting cold feet on that idea. They have lurks on lurks.
This is where PRX need to be regrouping, I think. You can't afford to have Patman and Jing be playing off on their own like this. Just group together, use the Viper ultimate, try to close out the round.
30 seconds left.
Patman should have a safe avenue to the rest of the team.
Very important fight.
And Jing, he survives. So danger probably averted at this point.
5 bullets. Commits to the reload, though. Plenty more to work with now, but he has to drop into the corner. You are kidding me!
Oh, what is that?
Get the hell out of here!
Oh, that is absurd!
Filthy!
That is truly ridiculous. And it's left Zekin in a 1v3.
God almighty.
Which he's not even going to go for. 13 of 5, having a great game. But it's all Jing all day. 2 rounds out of the 5 that PRX have won coming straight from Jing. I mean, one of them set up really heavily by the rest of his team too. He flies in with a showstopper, beautiful snipe onto Zelsis, takes down Zekin as well in market. This one was much more about his intelligence rather than his mechanics. Up inside the one-way and then utilizing the fact that he knew Narrate had missed him with the Prowler. And then he just tucks himself into a wonky spot, and listen.
I need to see that again.
I mean, You're only going to hit them if you go for them.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Gotta respect it. Stuns out.
Out of
Nowhere to run.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Yeah, okay.
Have we got any developers in the building? I mean, that is crazy, isn't it?
That's shock and awe. Astounding stuff, man. It's 6-5. We've got one more round left to go in this half of Sunset.
Ahead.
Double swing. Bottom section of mid. This is PRX trying to take control of it. A bit of util sent flying forwards to A. It's keeping Sentinel's players anchored for now.
They've just got such a nice ult combo to win this round. You know, Showstopper has been amazing at opening these places up. And Jing's got that over towards B main.
This is Bang going to be tested, assuming they just pull the trigger on it.
But I think it's also Bang to try to get out and live.
Here's it now. As soon as you hear that one voice line, everybody's going to be scurrying away, evacuating. It does give that access now towards the site. You're trapped up. Oh my goodness.
Chip damage, but no more. And here's that Viper ult.
Here it is. Yeah, this is going to be a blight on the map now for Sentinels to try and deal with. Nightfall should be clearing this one up ever so slightly. Doesn't clear the back of the site though.
And it doesn't hit Patman, which is huge.
Hold up to a degree. Random spam praying for a connection. Wall needs to be dealt with, finally broken, at least in one partition. Forsaken is going to be tucked into the corner still, caught by that stun to the side. Seconds all the way in and through, but unaccounted for. Forsaken, how long do you bide your time? Chooses to just take him out now. He's going to deal with the rest of the team though, and they are flooding in. Fast now, Sentinels trying to get a handle on it. And access and control is theirs now for the side. That final round earned.
And every round that Sentinels got, this final one, a theme that lasted right from the beginning, setting up for the retake and executing it perfectly. Look at the movement, it's just brilliant. And then the Viper even falling as well.
Absolutely unbelievable stuff here. The momentum and kind of fight back, I think, that we wanted to see from Sentinels to give us that competitive series.
Esports is a $2 billion industry now, but it all started in dingy basements and cramped living rooms.
From how the pros train to how the money flows, this G2 and MasterCard series breaks it all down. 12 episodes, packed with insight and lessons for anyone looking.
So far.
And going for the light armor buy here.
It's going to be a big face in the bottom of mid. This is going to be a brawl and a clash, a potential bloodbath.
The pistols are a lot better for long-range fights on PRX.
Yeah, it's Jing. Just waiting it out. He sees that cage. Sailing sky high, and it is walking contact plays, but a jump spot might have just ruined it all. Spoiled the surprise that SEN were going for. Maybe not. Gonna see it now. 3, 2, 1, and a swing for Paranoia to support from the side. This is PRX are the ones ready to collapse. Still jumping around, just making sure that they can bait and play their teammates in. PRX. Blinder of a pistol.
An ambush that completely caught the rest of SEN. And Celsius is getting bullied out of his position towards mid, pushed further and further away from the spike. And with only 45 health left, even a single body shot from Jing would take him down. Everybody on PRX grouped up as well. Forsaken going for a little bit of information.
Sniffing him out.
But then goes for the wide swing of Jing. It is that body shot that delivers. A nice pistol round idea and good weaponry to be buying for it as well. Mainly opting into the Sheriffs and Ghosts that are super effective at this kind of range.
Just dissect it, don't they?
Now that's...
You see the cage going overhead.
That's a gross beginning kill from Patman. Didn't quite realize that he got that kill through the cage. But yeah, they couldn't have landed any better. Both teams going for mid and a massive trap from PRX. The spider waiting in the web.
Pistol round win should mean that PRX brought up to even.
And I think it bears talking about that we saw Sentinels looking really dominant at the beginning of this map. And that's dissipated quite a lot. It's now looking like absolutely anybody's game.
You dare step into the cage. Bots trying to face up, potentially set Forsaken up there with the judge. You're right, it is still anyone's game.
This round, though, I mean, massively favoured towards PRX. An opportunity to build up towards some of these big ults.
Sentinels putting their bodies on the line here. There's no trade, obviously, with the slow place down. You can hear it. And a good reposition by Pac-Man. He's even getting the accidental
Spike
kills.
down B.
Devi's ready to help him by his side. Spikes in the middle of nowhere. Not retrievable here, so Zelsis.
Again.
It's the easy way or the hard way?
Well, who on PRX wants to try to build up their ult? I think that's one of the key things that they should be thinking about. Looking towards giving it to Pac-Man, I would imagine. I mean, that defensive
30 seconds left.
Viper ult can change the course of the rounds, allow you access to defensive setups that you wouldn't normally be able to run. I think it's worth paying attention as well to Pac-Man as to where he puts his Viper wall. We see this one at the moment, but there's also a pretty common one that we're seeing teams run that goes through mid.
Celsius is
He survives
10
for a
seconds
moment.
left.
desperate to
Oh, and they're
get the
looking,
plant down.
they're looking to try to keep him alive.
If he gets the plant down, he's still going to get value, so
Yeah.
you do have to kill him. There we go.
And you can still plant even if it's in the post round as well in order to get your money. So they did definitely have to deal with him there. In the end, they don't actually maximize the ults, I don't think, but it's not too shabby.
Poison's off.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Clearly, PRX
Player standing.
have got a pretty good idea of what they want to be doing on the defense side
Spike
of this
down
map.
B.
A lot of it as well can come down to the retakes. This Sage Wall really useful for that if you play off-site post plants. So Sentinels have got to think about how they want to set up the rounds in the first place and then also how they want to play the posts. John holding this stun, ready for some kind of mid-fight. You're expecting PRX to be doing something aggressive on their bonus round, or a trap play, some aggression.
Fault line held just in case. Slow orbs already going to be used.
Enemy tag.
Why? Just making sure that they can slow down the inevitable approach, really. Sentinels are going at a bit of a glacial pace, but might be turning their sights up towards the top section of mid. Fault line, no connection. Pac-Man not slowed down, not stunned up. Second, he's right in your face, and he's looking for the follow-up. Bang, just can't get it. Then the wedging was placed.
That's rough.
Sleep.
Narrate, though, has found a bit of an opportunity and more. It's grasped it with both hands now. Full control of market and the front of the site now. Access for Sentinels.
Incredible play from Narrate to get them back in. Might have another.
Yeah, could be beautiful with the positioning and even better with a crosshair placement, even spotting out something.
Pull.
Deep Seas flash in your face, going to be blinded up, but he has complete control and it just makes this hold that much easier here for Sentinels.
Player
Out
standing.
wide, facing into many of them. Last one spotted something. There's not much you can do from this spot. Got to scurry and save.
Yeah, it's important that he saves here because Devi actually forced into the round. Only 700 credits on Devi. So keeping this rifle really helps the economy. A massive round from Narrate there. Looked like Sentinels had squandered this one. Slightly better eco. Came in, they ran a slow mid-take trying to feel out, I think, what the defensive setup actually looked like. And as they committed through, they went for like a market pinch where you tried to pull the mid player towards market and then you pop through top mid. And it looked messy. Very messy from second and back.
He's just not ready for Jing at all.
I mean, Bang is walking into that angle backwards because he's worried about the other side of mid. He's worried about somebody pushing his own smoke. And it's Narrate, the hero, especially that second kill on Pac-Man.
That's makes
Yeah.
one enemy
Turns the
remaining.
round in Sen's favor.
If he doesn't do all that, wind is out of the sails for Sentinels. It's a bonus conversion for PRX.
And he keeps his team in it.
Again, all eyes on either side here, down towards mid. Smoked off for now, but calling for the 3-2-1 and a swing. That is good movement by Narrate. Stays alive for the one kill, but PRX had more than just a singular body trying to take that fight. Do it together. They end up on the better side of it.
Devi winning that with a bulldog. Second swinging, nobody else to try to support Narrate. So a little bit out of sync there, Sentinels. And we've seen that across 2 rounds now, despite the fact that Narrate was able to save the previous one. Now he's gone, he's dead. 3v4, somebody else needs to step up now for Sen. Good stun.
Yeah, it's good to push, taking off that line, but immediately the paranoia is going to be used to try and get him straight back in. Smoke fades though. But still opportunities are granted for these kills, and it's decent movement enough. Zeltas actually does manage to take out something, so putting a bit of a wraparound here. Forsaken is the one that's been put in a pinch.
Hasn't been able to find too many kills so far this map, Forsaken.
Just steps out wide enough for Zeltas to capitalize. This is now a 2v2, very winnable for Sentinels.
30 seconds left.
PRX not quite aware of the gaps and defensive play that they're putting up.
But they do know where both players are roughly. They know that John's on the plant. Celsius is defending somewhere.
Walking up now, steps up. That's a jump spot now. Spotting these players out. Slow walk. Way ahead of it.
One enemy remaining.
Celsius takes matters into his own hands.
Beautiful round there from the emotional leader on Sentinels. Gets himself into a lurk through top mid, and they needed a hero after this first play. The two young guns from SEN got chopped down early.
Last player standing.
Celsius decided
One
to
enemy
get his
remaining.
way in, play off John, and shut the round down.
Played that perfectly.
This is now 2 rounds in a row, though, where SEN have had a sloppy beginning.
Energy is back up.
Yeah, 2 rounds where they've managed to capitalize. And I think that's going to be especially tilting for PRX, because you're doing stuff right at the start. You know, your game plan, he's normally very calm when he communicates to the players, and then he takes it all out on his desk.
Yeah, and
It's a
it's
bit like Kaplan, fairly calm when he comes to his players, and then he beats the crap out of Cubert.
Oh, poor Cubert. 2-round lead though for Sentinels, and they've got that economy advantage. Usually going to be the converting into a round win, so
We actually saw Bang take a really fast timing when they were on defense. It's Forsaken doing something similar.
doesn't have a long-range gun, it's just a Bucky. Looking to see if he can punish here. Plenty of players stepping up to that mark. Bang. Orb down. Jing's up onto the high ground angle, and okay, there was 2 players ready to receive him. Takes down the one. Zelz is going to be out of action now.
No
Flank
smokes.
needs to be watched for. No smokes though.
Yeah, no smokes over towards spawn, and Forsaken's on the flank with a
Rifle.
Bucky.
Even committed here. TP forwards. Uh-oh. Uh-oh!
No way.
That's how you get value out of it. Beautiful play by Forsaken, and now that distraction being made in the rate.
There.
Do a turn, spins. 180 all around. Second. Looking to receive a couple of bodies. Other end of his outlaw. Sight line is open. He spots it with a jump peek. Sets up John for it to buy. Almost makes a good go of it.
Forsaken's there to close the door in his face and ensure that the better economy wins the day for Sentinels. But that one got a bit scrappy, a little bit tough. I can't believe Forsaken got value on the flank. I can't believe this TP ends up getting the job done, and then he goes for a second teleport on top of the other box. I mean, mad play.
Enemy remaining.
But good finisher from Second there. He's having a blinder of a map. He's got 18 kills already in 17 rounds. This round, though, almost everybody on PRX has their ultimate to be able to work with.
And Patman, it's instinctual from him. Cage goes up, bullets go into it. Clear game plan.
And this now puts a bit more pressure over towards Bang, because with the trip disappearing on A, you're worried. Oh my God, and another sick shot.
This is PRX on top form.
Well, you haven't even forced out any ultimates here from PRX either. So this one's just a bit of a GG go next.
Yeah, scattered into the spawn just in case there are players creeping up onto the gaps. We can see. Bang's there. Forsaken taking a bit of a jiggle.
It feels like PRX are trying to go for the same level of discipline that we saw from SEN, but they're all playing it alone.
God almighty, it's a bullet to the brain. He's luckily saved by the wall. Paranoia forwards. PRX just need to make sure to not leave any gaps, mistakes to be played into.
It is quite a committed position from something, and like I said, they're all playing alone.
I don't want to get too worried here. They still have the
30
player
seconds
advantage.
left.
Should be massive for them as long as they play with that discipline here. Plan stuck, but John has an ult. Could look to expend it. Still has a slow and an aid in through the
player
back and
standing.
easily dealt with indeed. Divide. Safe pair of hands with him, usually is the case.
And still no ultimate forced out from PRX. That slow nade combo was brilliant there. And PRX have cut this one down to an only 2-round lead. This next one, you've got to imagine, is going to be explosive, with so many ultimates all around the map.
One enemy remaining.
Very clean shots, though. Now, having said that, I just set up a really explosive round and didn't realize that Sentinel's economy, despite winning 3 in a row, is not in a spot where they can buy again.
I mean, that's bizarre.
Yeah, the economy was kept honest the entire time.
It begins.
So 4 stingers.
I'm out of here.
And honestly, a win here would be to force out some of those defensive ultimates.
They group up TP forwards, this is aggressive Forsaken. Forsaken! Doesn't know about a second player though.
Is ready.
Just the one for his trouble, but it was a big one to find. Zekken is gone. Zelsis could be going to follow suit, and he's just missed the timing. Stinger in hand, not exactly the weapon for the job. Crazy play to make against a half-buy.
But with Forsaken taking that timing down mid, I think what's now going through Sentinel's head is, well, who's defending A? Because usually it is Forsaken with a one-way on A, and that's allowed John and Zelsis to just walk up. A is being played pretty heavy for retake right now, and the fake is beautiful. They're so worried about A, the bang and narrate, the other part of the duo,
The push and the pull.
can just wander in.
They've got it now. The B side is theirs. The rate is the one with the spike, though. Can't overstep too much, but
They really want to pick. They really want to equalize numbers because their guns are just so much worse.
they need something. But it's been spotted out here. Stinger in your hand, bang. Just about gets around the corner.
Now Zelsis becomes the lurker.
Snake bite, though.
That's an unlucky one.
A bit of a spam on top of it. So Bang's going to be found here. And the rate forced to just get back a little bit. Still, Forsaken is up. They're going to have smokes to just block off main or the spike, whatever they choose. Playing through main is not going to be the ideal task for them. It's one weight up now, and that backstab, as you mentioned, has to be coming to fruition. Forsaken accounted for. Still, there's players onto the spike now, tapping away, but there's that ult. Here it is, Roll of Thunder, pushes them back and away. PRX tapped for that one. They were hoping that it would pull out a bit of the big tools, and now running forward to try and take the play, and the Stinger cannot get it done. A lot pulled out of the war chest for Sentinels, but it's PRX who win the day.
So I was talking about a silver lining. A win in this round might be to expend some of the defensive ultimates from PRX. And yet PRX come away without having to use a single one of them. Still 5 ults in the back for the defenders, and they creep ever closer to an even game.
Spike planted.
You can see what SEN were cooking. They thought if they expended the breach ult, after having killed Forsaken on the flank, maybe Zelsis would be able to clutch. But it wasn't quite good enough. And now Kaplan, he's going to look for his own input into this game.
Yeah.
You know, you need a pick for Zelsis to be able to win around with his Cypher ult. And Zekken, most of the time, he's going to be getting more value with the rifle than the Neon ult either.
And Jinx goes straight down mid, rocket in your hands, and you are no more. Zelsis obliterated, turned into pink mist. Anyone seconds, bang. Trying to step up and challenge, but can anyone get this guy out of here? Narrate to John. Seem to find themselves the likely contenders to be able to do so. They've stemmed the bleeding.
Just chilling at this point, I think, is advantageous for PRX. They can allow Narrate and John to leave because there's 2 free reses. Devi, though, is actually going for the info himself. If he had died there, wouldn't have been able to res Jing, but all good. They get themselves into a 2-player advantage. And again, by seizing control and tempo of the round with that fast dive down mid, a little bit reminiscent of what Forsaken went for previously, they've put themselves in a great spot. They did use almost every ultimate, though, to accomplish it. But as long as they can clean up John and Narrate, they will have crushed the economy as well.
Narrate and John tiptoeing, hoping that somebody will offer them a lifeline. Head on the chopping block, Patman. Not so likely. So I'm going to be caught by that seize as well. A bit of spam and straight bullets into the box, but no one watching for the back there. And now PRX look to swarm. 10 to 10 here for PRX. The guns out of the Sentinels players' hands. Back to the drawing board for them on top of it. This is a rough position to be in if you're Sentinels.
To be honest, it's a weird setup. They raise ult down mid right at the beginning. They Viper ult into B main, and they send the Sova ult all at the same time. Literally off barrier drop. Just decide to pop every ultimate that they have available. And Sentinels, their economy's not great. 4 players with light armor, 1 player with a Stinger, but it's Zekken who still has his ult as a backup. Senna looking to go A again.
Yeah, this is 5 players grouped up.
Look how fast.
It. Jing is all the way down mid already.
Face your
Straight
fear!
up behind them. Knife falls forward though. They want to take this one fast and loose. You can't afford to make mistakes at this point. If you are Sentinels, Trip's going to be triggering. Zelsis, you don't know why, so you got to hear it now. The rumble of the footsteps in your face. He's primed and ready with the rifle in hand and trying to take that fight with the util. It's perfect. The timing could not be better. Zelsis wants a little bit more. Can he stun this push off from the flank? Defy! Not to be denied. This guy now taking control of the situation, but Sentinel's still on the site. Bang! Removes something from the picture. In through the back, John.
Very decisive.
Taking care of Forsaken.
Making sure that they delete the players in front, so it's only Defy as a threat. And he's left in a 1v3. Walled himself off even from going towards elbow. So SEN, they persevere in what was a scrappy, chaotic round. I think Zelsis should be able to give them the information about how quick PRX were down mid again. With two players, not just Jing, sending it in tiles, but Defy also following up. And the goal there was that it feels like only one player on the flank, and then Defy's able to come in unexpected. But because Zelsis instantly used Cypher ult, he just got perfect info as to where everyone was. Love this stun as well, by the way. Perfect from John. I mean, he has been great with these reactive vault lines. It's just that usually Jing's already got the kill.
One enemy remaining.
11-10. Tension in the air. You can cut it with a knife at this point. Operator in the hands of Defy.
And he's looking at, is he going to try to wall up at the beginning?
Oh, this is going to be crazy, surely. What's he going for? Just a bit of a pre-fire onto the cam. Sentinel's not slowing down at all. In through elbow. Stun connects. And a boom bot. Collateral damage in through. No damage to be dealt. Something is taking this alone. No coordination. PRX getting antsy, getting frantic. It's up to Patman to see if he can contain and maintain the team's composure. Defy reinforces one of the gaps.
I mean, the pace of the whole game has increased. Patman finding Zelsis in mid as well, and now finally a breather. But there are so many gaps around the map that PRX need to fill. A Defy could get caught the more aggressive he gets.
And there's wall fades too, he's going to have to commit. Yeah, playing a further back line and angle. Too many unknowns on the map right now for PRX, and it gives Sentinels free reign. Contacting, not necessarily something you want to do when you're going up against an operator, but
there's also no smokes, so no matter what, they're going to be taking risks. It is going to be, there are always going to be openings for Defy to take this shot.
Defy posted, second guess is it. It's a one-way propped up on top of it. That's going to be the fault line, clearing the way. More to a degree, but
30 seconds
entirety
left.
of the site now theirs, and there's a reflank occurring. PRX from behind. Narrate's going to try and slow this one down. He's going to be buying it. At least time with the C's, and Narrate just peeks straight into it.
One
Defy.
enemy remaining.
The pincer maneuver is almost complete. It's just second left alone to try and pull off a miracle with a snake bat at your feet. There's absolutely no chance he could win that one. 11-11.
There's a great call in this round from PRX where they decide to double up and push mid really late in the round. They had no retake utility. I mean, they had a snake bite and like a heal. That's it. And yet, they still, by putting two people on the flank and Defy just locking down angles with his off, managed to crunch Sentinels on the site. And the economy's not looking good again here for the Americas team.
I need a drop.
It's a scramble. Last minute decisions to be made here, but again, all in from Sentinels. 5 players grouped up. 11-11. The upper bracket on the line.
Everything is going A.
Full committal. Forsaken going to be retreating, trying to play a bit of a further back position. No one's watching his back in through the elbow angle. He's got a lot to account for here. Just trying to break some of that util as well so it doesn't get cleared all the way out. And, wow, really just overstays onto the line. Second is gone. John QT was next. Bang, it's up to him to deliver, but he's been put down, put to bed, put to rest. And PRX eager for it now, hunting for that 12th round, getting cheeky with it in the process.
Sentinels are watching this map slip away from them. They had such a great start. Looked like they'd rebounded after getting flattened on split. But they can't put it together here on the attack side. PRX were playing a retake. They cleared mid, looking for Zelsis in the mid round. They know exactly where he is now.
Doubled up, leaving nothing to chance. Time played, but yeah, with discipline like that. 12-11 now. And it's match point for PRX.
This is a gorgeous angle. I mean, it's as far back as you could possibly get while still playing to defend that. And again, value out of the wall. Defy's always got these tricky little spots to work with. Sentinels have been force buying in quite a few of these attack rounds. People with a Bulldog. This one, it looks done, it looks chalked. How are SEN going to be able to get this into overtime?
Heavy group up once more. This is all in from Sentinels, and it could just crumble at a moment's notice. Flash avoided. Jing is there, but he's going to be taken out. No one to deal with a haunt over the shoulder.
And that's
commits into it.
That's such a valuable weapon to upgrade to as well.
Rolling Thunder now, it's available. Lays siege now to the other side of things, but it did not catch up to the buy. Propped up on a perch of his own making.
He's been so good.
planted.
He's been so good with these walls.
And now he's going for a little bit more. Slowed himself in the process, can't really overstep.
Bang's paranoia here is amazing when the retake begins.
The re-flank occurring, Forsaken. Going walkabouts with something himself. Smokes are going to be dropped down here. Patience is called for from PRX themselves. Slow and close, trying to play time and bait out these shots potentially for them. The range is going to do a lot. Right now, with the stinger in hand, finally deals with it again. The trap is triggered all the way from the side. PRX is there, and he's stopping this train. It's looking so damn unlikely, and it's up to the captain, it's up to John. Stinger in hand. Flash, he's got a bullet. The supplement, he's going to run him down. It's a full stack. No way! For PRX, there's no stopping this train.